Hi, I'm LJ Sellers, the author of 23 thrillers, some of which are about an extractor, a woman who rescues young people from oppressive situations. In a real-life coincidence, I had to conduct my own dangerous extraction when I went to Costa Rica on my honeymoon to visit my 3 new grandchildren. We found the kids living in a cult-like home with deplorable conditions with a very mentally ill mother. We watched in horror as these kids developed staph infections all over their tiny little bodies. When the mother refused to take the kids to the clinic for antibiotics, we knew we had to act. So we went to the Costa Rican Children's Services, it's called PANI, and we asked for their help. They already had a file on her because she'd been reported before, so they were ready to move. So we climbed into the back of federal police trucks and we went out into the jungle and we searched for the home that we had only visited one time, briefly. But we found it. Unfortunately, Zoe and the kids were not there. It was a devastating moment for us. And even worse, one of her roommates was home, and he texted her and warned her that the police were looking for her and the kids. So she went into hiding. The police had to go back to their regular duties, but Dave and I were determined to not give up. We would not leave the country without doing everything we could to help those kids. So we went into detective mode, and we started asking questions and biking around and trying to get information. And finally, we got a tip from someone who had lived in the cult for a while that they might be staying in an area called Carbon 2. So Dave went out with the police again, searching. After hours of searching, though, he spotted Zoe's vehicle in some bushes, and they drove down the road. And there they were. The police raided the home, and they called for an ambulance, and they took the kids to the clinic. After some intense negotiations at the clinic, they finally released the children to us on a temporary protective custody. But then a whole new drama began to play out. The mother's friends vowed revenge, and they posted online that they were looking for us, and they planned to hurt us and take the kids back. Zoe even posted a Bible verse about a child killing her father. So then we had to go into hiding. We were moving from one place to another and looking over our shoulders and giving these kids, their medicine and taking care of them, even when they'd never had protein or taken showers or brushed their teeth. And if that weren't crazy enough, it was Christmas week and everything was booked, and we didn't know from one day to the next if we would even find a place to stay. But we got lucky and we found a place in a private home in the jungle. But I made a mistake and I posted something online that I shouldn't have. And then we found out that the friends, one of them carrying a gun, had come to a B&B just down the road from us, about 500 yards away, looking for us. So we got permission to leave the area, and we finally went to San Jose, where we were a little bit safer. And for 18 days, we waited for PANI to submit their case to a judge and for the judge to make up his mind. We kept getting conflicting information. We didn't know if or when we would ever be able to leave the country. But finally, the paperwork came through. Dave drove over the mountain, got the custody paper, and on his way back, he was nearly run off the road by a big truck in that moment of what should have been celebration. After one more nerve-wracking moment in the immigration office, we finally boarded a plane for Portland and made it home to a huge family welcoming party. I have written a script about this experience, and I would love to send it to you.